Alright, let's start with the first coin on our list. This one right here is the 2000 P Sacagawea dollar. Now, you may already know a bit about Sacagawea. She was a Shoshone woman who played a key role in helping guide the Lewis and Clark expedition across the western United States. Her bravery and wisdom helped ensure the success of their journey, and today, Sacagawea stands as a symbol of American spirit and resilience. To honor her, in the year 2000, the U.S. Mint introduced a new dollar coin featuring Sacagawea's image on the front. It was part of an effort to create a modern, smaller, and more efficient dollar coin. But here's the thing, while the Sacagawea dollar is valuable for its historical significance alone, there's a rare version of this coin that's worth much more than you might expect. We're talking about a coin that can sell for a staggering $200,000, that's right, $200,000 for just one coin. So, what makes this coin so valuable? Well, it's all about an incredibly rare minting error. You see, most of the 2000 P Sacagawea dollars were produced with a plain edge, which is what you'd expect from a coin like this. But here's where things get interesting. Some of the Sacagawea coins were struck with the wrong edge, a reeded edge, the same kind you'd see on quarters or dimes. Now, that's not supposed to happen. The Sacagawea dollar was designed with a smooth, plain edge, but somehow, a small number of these coins came off the press with a reeded edge instead. You can probably see why this error is such a big deal. When the U.S. Mint makes a mistake like this, it's not just a little mistake, it's a huge deal in the world of coin collecting. Minting errors like this are extremely rare, and collectors go crazy for them. In fact, a Sacagawea coin with a reeded edge is considered one of the most valuable modern coins out there. People have paid upwards of $200,000 for a single coin that was struck with that error. But let's talk about why this is such a big deal in the numismatic world. Coins with minting errors, like the reeded edge Sacagawea dollar, are highly sought after because they are one-of-a-kind pieces of history. In a world where most coins are mass-produced to a standard, an error like this makes a coin stand out. It's an anomaly, and that rarity makes it more valuable. Collectors are always on the lookout for these types of coins because they're unique and often worth a lot of money. And you might be wondering, how do you know if you've got one of these valuable coins in your collection? Well, it's all about the edge. If you've got a 2000 P Sacagawea dollar, just take a close look at the edge. If it's supposed to be plain and instead you see a reeded edge, that's your sign that you might have a hidden treasure on your hands. To make things even more exciting, these coins don't just pop up all the time. In fact, finding a reeded edge Sacagawea is pretty rare. Not all 2000 P Sacagawea dollars were struck with this error, which is why they can command such high prices when they do appear at auction. Imagine having one of these sitting in your collection. It could be worth enough to change your life. So, while you're out there hunting for rare coins, make sure you keep an eye on your Sacagaweas. That little error could be worth more than you ever expected. And if you happen to stumble upon a reeded edge Sacagawea dollar, well, you could be holding onto a coin that might fetch you 6 figures. So, next time you're at the store and the cashier hands you a handful of change, you might want to take a second look at those Sacagaweas. They're not just $1, they could be much more than that if you're lucky enough to have one with a reeded edge. Keep your eyes peeled, and you could be on your way to a small fortune. Next up, let's take a look at another incredibly rare $1 coin, the 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar. Now, you might be thinking, wait, wasn't this just another dollar coin? Well, while the Susan B. Anthony dollar didn't get nearly as much attention or popularity as some other coins, there's one thing about the 1979 version that makes it a true hidden gem in the world of coin collecting. So, here's a bit of background. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was introduced in 1979 as part of an attempt by the U.S. Mint to replace the larger Eisenhower dollar coin. The idea was to create a smaller, more practical coin that people could actually use in daily transactions. But, despite all the effort, the Susan B. Anthony dollar never really caught on. People found it confusing because it was too similar in size to a quarter, and it just didn't have the widespread appeal the Mint had hoped for. Now, the coin itself may not have been a huge hit, but there's one particular version of the 1979 P that makes it incredibly valuable. It's an extremely rare and unique error, the double die error. And when I say rare, I mean really rare. Here's the kicker. Some of the 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony coins were struck with a double die error, which causes the date and other markings to appear doubled. It almost looks like there's a blurry second image of the numbers and letters. This kind of error happens when the die used to strike the coin gets misaligned during the minting process, causing a double impression of the design. It's a big mistake by the mint, but in the world of coin collectors, it's gold. As you can see here, the doubling effect makes the numbers on the date look almost like a shadow or a second version of the digits. This double die effect is what sets these coins apart, and it's one of the reasons why they're so valuable. So, how much can a 1979p with a double die error be worth? Well, a lot. These coins have sold for as much as $11,500 at auction. That's right, $11,500 for a coin that was originally worth just a single dollar. This makes it a huge find for collectors and an exciting discovery for anyone who happens to come across one. While these double die coins are rare, they're not impossible to find. In fact, if you know what to look for, you might just have one of these valuable coins sitting in your collection or even in your pocket change. So, if you've got a 1979p Susan B. Anthony dollar, take a good look at it. Hold it under the light, examine the date, and look closely at the letters. If you notice that double die effect, you could be holding on to a small fortune. You might have one of these coins hiding in your change jar or tucked away in your collection. Just imagine, you could be looking at a coin that's worth way more than its face value. If you find one, don't just toss it aside, get it checked out. You never know, that single dollar could end up being worth thousands. Now, I can't promise you'll find one of these rare double die coins just lying around, but it's worth keeping an eye out. After all, if you're out there checking through your coins, you might just stumble upon a piece of history, and a coin that could change your financial future. So, there you have it, two of the most valuable $1 coins you could find in your pocket change, the 2000p Sacagawea with a reeded edge and the 1979p Susan B. Anthony with a double die error. These coins might be worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on their condition and rarity. If you happen to have one of these coins, get it checked out. Who knows, you might just be sitting on a small fortune. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. And if you've got any rare coins you think might be worth a lot, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear about your finds. Until next time, happy collecting, and keep your eyes out for those hidden treasures.